Chapter 6. In a matter of minutes, they were back up to the mayor's house. Logan's heart was ready to pop out of his chest with how nervous he was riding with Emily. But they made it to the mayor's house safely. Emily practically jumped off the handlebars as soon as Logan stopped his bike. "That was awesome," Emily said very emphatically. "I'm just glad we're here. Now, Emily, I'll take you back to your bike, but I'm not going to be able to do that very often. The rockets don't even stay on my bike." Logan suddenly stopped. He shouldn't have said that last part. Emily was looking at him with big, curious eyes, and he could feel her mind going a mile a minute, trying to figure out why they wouldn't stay on his bike. Just when she opened her mouth, no doubt, to ask him that, Logan put his hand up. "Remember, our deal, no questions." Oh, brother, thought Logan. He would have to figure out how to convince the finders to let Emily be part of the team. He knew she would not be able to not ask questions for much longer. And it was nice to work with someone and share ideas. He just hoped the agents thought the same way he did, and they didn't fire him. Logan got to the door as Emily was knocking. He didn't know if he should call it knocking, though. She had her hand balled up in a fist and was more pounding on the door. "Geesh, Emily, you don't have to pound the door down," Logan said, just as the mayor opened the door. "I wondered who was about to break down my door," the mayor said. But he had a smile on his face, so he was just teasing Emily. Emily suddenly dropped her hands behind her back. "Sorry, sometimes I don't know my own strength," she said sheepishly. "That's all right. It's good to be strong," chuckled the mayor. "So, any good news about my Dottie?" he asked eagerly. "We wanted to ask you a few more questions," Logan told him. Both the pet store owner and Miss Cindy noticed that Dottie wasn't acting herself lately. "And we wanted to know if you noticed the same thing," Logan asked him. "Yes, I was going to call the vet yesterday, but then she disappeared. Sometimes she gets that way when she's having a hard time going to the bathroom or doesn't like her food. I did switch it recently, but I don't think it would make her run away," the mayor said, this with such a sad voice. Logan's throat got tight. He had to cough to clear it up. "I'm sure Dottie didn't run away on purpose. She probably wanted to go exploring and just got lost. What are her favorite places to go other than the pet store?" "And Miss Cindy's?" Emily asked. Let me see. She loves our walks on the walking path down by the park, and she likes to go to the lake too when it's warm out. We just got this new thing that throws tennis balls super far away, so she can get a good run at chasing them," the mayor said as he tapped his lower lip with his pointer finger. "Do you mean Darts Park? That's over by where Emily lives," Logan stated. "Yes, we love that park. With the stream going through it, a lot of times I would just let Dottie off her leash so she could get a drink from it," the mayor told them. "Okay, that's where we'll start tomorrow, first thing in the morning," Logan said. "Oh, and did you call the pound to see if anyone picked her up?" "Yes, I had just gotten off the phone with them when you guys got here. Nobody has seen her yet," the mayor said gloomily. "Don't worry, Mayor. You've got the best finders in town on the case. We will find Dottie," Emily exclaimed, looking very confident. More confident than Logan felt. He was worried about Dottie being sick. They had to find her tomorrow. "I am so thankful you guys are helping me. Now, I'm going to heat up a frozen dinner. I just don't have it in me to cook tonight," the mayor said as he stood up and went into his house. Once he closed the door, Emily stood right in front of Logan, like 2 inches from his face. "Logan, we have to find Dottie tomorrow," she said vehemently. "I agree, but let's go home, get some dinner, and start first thing in the morning," Logan told her as he gently pushed her back a few inches. He had to give it to her. She was dedicated to the job. So they clipped on their bike helmets and rode back to Miss Cindy's house to retrieve Emily's bike. Logan didn't even have to use his rockets because it was all downhill, much to Emily's dismay. When they got to Emily's bike, Emily slowly slid off Logan's handlebars this time. Logan guessed she was worrying, now like he was. Don't worry, Emily, we will find Dottie. I just know it, Logan said, more to himself than Emily. I know we will. I just hope she is not sick. Well, I'd better get back to my puppy. I need to give him some big hugs, Emily told Logan. I'll be at your house bright and early, she called out to him as she rode away.